Hello everyone, welcome to the Mercury Virtual. Hope you are doing good. Today I am going to continue with the same module, that is object-oriented programming, but the new chapter, that is chapter number 15, that is manipulating the strings. In the last class we have started with, or we have finished with the chapter number 14, that is vectors, container, list, that is the introduction to STL, that is a standard template library. We have finished with the STL in the last class. Now today I am going to continue with the previous class session, then moves to the chapter number 15, that is a manipulating the string, that is a new chapter. Alright, so let's start the session with the previous class session, that is the introduction to STL, and the topics are list, map, and different types of varieties of memory gaps. So let's start the session with the previous class session. So it says the list is another container. So first of all we have studied about the container, that is what are the container and what is the list, what are the different types of container that is available, like sequence, associative, and the mapping container. And in the sequence container there are three types of containers, that is list, map, and the vector. Vector we have already studied in the last class. In the last class we have studied about the list. So let's start with the list. So the list is another container that is properly used. So list is also the container that is most oftenly or most widely used. It supports a bidirectional linear list. So vector provides a directional, that is only in one direction it is accessed or it can be accessed, while the list provides a bidirectional, that is we can insert and delete the data from both the ends, that is from the backward as well as the forward direction. So it supports a bidirectional linear list and provides an efficient implementation for deletion and insertion operations. Bidirectional means from both the ends, from the both forward direction as well as from the backward direction, and it provides a linear list and provides an efficient implementation for deletion and insertion operations. Unlike a vector which supports random access, a list can be accessed sequentially only. So unlike a vector that supports a random access, so a vector also supports a random access, but the list can be accessed only in a sequence way. So the list can be accessed only in a sequence manner, that is it can be accessed sequentially only. Bidirectional iterators are used for accessing list elements. Any algorithm that requires input, output, forward, or bidirectional iterators can operate on a list. So any algorithm that provides or that makes a function or that requires a input, output, forward, or bidirectional iterators can operate on a list. Class list provides many member functions for manipulating the elements of the list. There are so many member functions that is available for manipulating the strings. Important member functions on the list are given in the table 14.12. So this is the table that is given, that is a list that is given. There are so many member functions that is available for the list. And the header file that is used for the list is list, that is the header file for the vector, that is a vector. Header file for the list, that is a list. So header file list must be included to use the container class list. This is the example. This is the output. This is the table that shows various member functions of the list class. That is, there are so many member functions that is available in the list class, like pack, begin, clear, empty, end, that is that moves to the, or that gives the reference to the end of the list. Then erase, that deletes the elements as specified. Then insert, then merge, then pop back, pop front, push back, push front. So these are the various functions that is available in the list function that is available with the list container. Then pop back, pop front, push back, push front, remove, resize, reverse, size, sort, splice, swap, unique. So these are the various functions, and the important are some among like sort, size that we have discussed. So with the help of a sorting, that sorts the list container that is used in C++. Then there is a size that gives the size of the list. Then there is a reverse that reverse the list, resize, erase, insert, delete. Then next we have studied about the map container, that is also a part of the sequence container, that is category of the sequence container, that is a map container. So a map is a sequence of pairs, that is a value and the key. So it is a sequence of pair. What type of pair it is? That is a key and the value, where a single value is associated with every unique key. That is, a single value is associated with unique key. There is one value, there is a one key. There is another value, there is another key. There are n values, there are n keys. So only one value is associated with a single key. That is, a single value is associated with each unique key. Retrieval of values is based on the keys. So whenever I want to retrieve any value, that is based on the key. It is just like an array. Whenever I want to use a value, then I have to access the key. So retrieval is based on the key and is very fast. So its speed is very fast. We should specify the key to obtain the associative value or associated value. A map is also known as the associative array. The key is specified using the subscript operator as shown below. So this is the method how the key is specified or how the key is used. That is done by the square brackets. So this is also known as a associative array. This is an example, that is a phone, then zone, then 1111. This creates an empty or this creates an entry for a zone and associate and assigns the value 1111 to it. So there are 5 times 1 that is assigned to the value zone. So now zone contains the value 11111. So sorry. So phone is a map object that is declared with the help of the map container. We can change the value if necessary as follows. So we can also change the value, that is modifies the value, that is a phone zone equals to 9999. Now the zone value has been changed from 1111 to 9999. We can also insert and delete the pair anywhere in the map using the insert and the erase function. So we can insert the values, we can erase the values using the function, that is the erase. And we can also insert the values using the function insert. Important member functions of the map are listed in the table below. So this is the table. These are the various functions of the map class. Above table shows the various function of the list container. Now this shows the various member functions of the map class. There is a begin, there is a clear, empty, end, erase, find, insert, size, swap. So these are the various functions as well as their explanation, that is as well as their task. What should they do? So one is begin, that gives a reference to the first element, then clear, that deletes all the elements from the map, then empty, that decides whether the map is empty or not, then end, that gives a reference to the end of the map, then erase, then find, insert, size, swap. So these are the various functions, and swap is one of the important functions that is used in the programming. So swap exchanges the elements of the given map with those of the invoking map. So if I want to exchange the elements of the map, that can be done by the swap function. And the header file that is used with the map is known as the or is done by the map header file. So what the header file that is used with the map container, that is a map. With the vector there is a vector header file, with the list there is a list header file, with the map there is a map header file. Then we have talked about the function objects, that is how to use the function objects in the algorithm. What is the usage of function objects? So function objects are often used as an argument to certain containers and algorithms. That is, the function objects are used for the certain algorithms and the containers. For example, this is the statement that is given, that is sort array plus 5 greater int function, that is used to sort the element that is contained in an array. These are the various function object in functional parts. So we have studied about this table, that is a what are the various functional objects that is available in the STL. So this is the functional object, that is a divide. The type is arithmetic, then x divided by y, then equals to, that is a relational, that is x equals to y. So checking the equalities of the operator, then greater t, that is a relational, that is x is greater than y, then greater equal, that is a relational, that is greater than as well as the equals to y, then less, that is also a relational function object, relational of type, that is x is less than y, then less equals to, that is less than equals to. Then there are three logical function objects also, that is the and, or, and the not. That is a logical and, logical not, and the logical or. Then minus sign, that is also a arithmetic type, that is for minus operation there is a x minus y, then modulus, that is a x modulus y, then negate, that is a negative sign will be coming, then not equals to, then plus, then multiply. So these are the various functional objects as well as their type, that is what type of operation they are. They are arithmetic operation, they are logical operation, they are relational operators or operation, and these are the description how it is used. The variables x and y represent objects of the class T that is passed to the argument objects as an argument. Then next is a program that shows how to use the function objects. So first of all there is a sort function that is used. So there are array that is declared, that is the x and the y. The x array contains a 5 value, that is 10, 50, 30, 40, 20. Y array contains 4 value, that is 70, 90, 60, 80. Then sort the value, that is sort with the according to the greater than, then again sort the y value. So first of all sort the x values, that is sort the values in an ascending descending order, that is a 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, because we are giving that the greater than sign. Then there is a sorting of the y, that is sorting in the ascending order, that is 60, 70, 80, 90. Then displaying the x value, displaying the y values, then simply merge the values of the x and y. This is done by the merge function. So these are the various functions that is used. So first of all sort the value, then merge the then sort the y values, then merge the values. So first of all sorting the x values, then sorting the y values, then merging the values of the x and the y after the sorting. That is, the x values will be sort, the y values will be sort, then merge the values of the x and the y. Then this is a note that shows the program creates two array x and y and initialize them with the specified value. The program then sorts both of them using the algorithm sort. So the algorithm that is used for sorting part is sort algorithm. The program at last or finally merges both the array and display the contents of the merged array. Larry, are you able to hear me or not? Hello, 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 hello. Yeah, are you able to hear me? Hello. Yeah, Larry, I'm audible to you. Larry, this is audible to you right now. Hello. Hello. Larry, are you able to hear me? Okay, just a minute. Okay, okay, all right. So let's start the session again. Then we will discuss about the summary, that is a summary of this chapter or the last chapter, that is what is a STL, what is a collection of generic classes and functions that is known as the STL, and what are the various components of STL. There are three main components of the STL. One is a container, then there is a algorithm, then there is a iterator. So these are the three main algorithm, three main parts of the STL, that is a container, algorithm and the iterators. Then containers are also divided into three categories that holds the data of the same type. That is, they are divided into three categories: sequential, associative, and the derived. Then this is sequential is also divided into three categories. Contain associative is divided into four categories, and the derived is divided into three categories. There are total 10 containers used in this one. Then we discuss about the questions. I will give you the homework, that is review the questions and bring in the tomorrow if there is any doubt. Now my question is to Larry, is there any doubt in these questions to you, Larry? Any doubts in these questions? No doubts. Okay, now my question is, tell me the answer of 14.6. What is an iterator? What are its characteristics? Okay. Okay, all right. So what are the Mm-hmm. So what are the various characteristics of an iterator? Larry, what are the various characteristics? Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, tell me the meaning of the STL, full form of STL. This is the first question. Tell me the answer of this question. What is the full form of STL? Okay. How it is different from the C++ standard library? Hmm. Hmm. Okay, all right. Very, very good. Now, what are the three types of containers used in STL? Second question, list the three types of containers. Hmm. Sequence containers. Hmm. Hmm. Derived container. Hmm. 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 Okay. Now, what is the difference between the array and the vectors? This is the question. What is the difference between the array and the vectors? Hmm. Okay. In a vector, and what about in an array? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Now this is the true false question. Tell me the answer of B part. This one. And tell me the answer of this 14.2b. One purpose of iterator is to connect algorithm to container. This is true or false? The main purpose of a main purpose of a iterator. Yeah, this is very true that it acts as a mediator between the algorithm and the. Then E part is STL algorithms can be used with C like arrays. That is true. E part, that is the STL algorithms, that is the algorithm that is used in STL, can be used with C like arrays. That is true or false? Okay. Then tell me the answer of these two answers, I and J. The sort algorithm requires a random access iterator. That is true or false? Yes, Larry, tell me the answer of these questions. The sort algorithm requires a random access iterator. Tell me the answer of this question. You are not clear about this question. The sort algorithm is true. Okay, very good. Then next one is a map can have two or more elements with the same key value. So we can use the same mapping, we can use the same two or more element that is used with the same key elements in the case of map class. That is false. Why? Because one value has a one mapping. Alright, very good. Keep it up, Larry. These are the various questions of this chapter. These are the programming questions of this chapter. Now next is chapter number 15, that is manipulating the strings. That is how to manipulate the string. So let's start with this chapter, that is chapter number 15, that is manipulating the strings. So for this is the introduction of this chapter, or introduction of this topic, that is first is a string. So I'm just taking 2 minutes. I have an important phone call. So let's take a break for 2 minutes. So let's start with the introduction of this chapter, that is the introduction of the strings. So first is introduction. So a string is a sequence of character. That is a whenever we combine multiple character in a sequence, so that is known as the string. So a string is a sequence of the characters. We know that C++ does not support a built-in string type. We have used earlier null terminated character array to store and manipulate the string. So we know that C++ does not support the the built-in string type. So we cannot use the built-in string type within the C++. We have used earlier null terminated character array, that is the that string is terminated with an character or null terminated array to store and manipulate the strings. These strings are known as the C strings or the C style strings. Operations on the C strings often become complex and insufficient. So whenever we want to perform any operation on the C strings, that is very complex and becomes inefficient in the C strings. We can also define our own string classes with appropriate member functions to manipulate the string. So we can also create our own string classes. So there are so many number of string classes that is used with the appropriate member functions to manipulate the strings. So whenever I want to manipulate the string, that is manipulated or that is done by the manipulation that is done in the string classes. This was illustrated in program 7.4, that is a mathematical operations on string. So there are this is a mathematical operation that is used with the string. So a string is a sequence of characters or sequence of characters that is terminated by the null character. So whenever we say suppose my name is Harry, that is Harry, so that is a string, that is H is a character, A is a character, R is a character, R is a character, Y is a character, that is a Harry. That is a string. In the same way, Larry, Larry, that is also a string because it is a sequence of characters or combination of various characters. So whenever I combine various characters, that is a sequence of character that is known as the string. And one important point is that the strings are always terminated by the null characters. And operations on the C strings are very complex and insufficient. So whenever we perform the operations on the C string, that is very complex. That is, if I want to merge the string, that is very complex. If I want to do the sorting of the string, that is also very complex. We can also define our own string classes with appropriate member functions to manipulate the strings. That is illustrated in program 7.4. ANSYS standard C++ now provides a new class that is known as the string. So ANSYS C++ also provides a new string or the new class that is known as string. This class improves on conventional C strings in several ways. In many situations, so in simple terms, ANSYS C++ now provides a new string or new class that is known as the string. So now string becomes a new class that becomes a part of the C++. So this is a new concept, new method. This class improves on conventional C strings in several ways. So this improves the conventional, that is we have already used the C strings in various ways. In many situations, the string objects may be used like any other built-in data type. So in most of the situations, whenever we use the string object, that is used with the built-in data type. Further, although it is not considered as a part of the STL, so it is not a part of the standard template library, string is treated as another container class by C++. So string is also treated as a container class in which we can store multiple functions within the C++. And therefore, all the algorithms that are applicable for container can be used with the string object. So any function, any objects, any algorithm, any iterators can be used within the container for making the string objects. For using the string class, we must include string in our program. So whenever we use the string, so we have to include the header file that is known as the string in our program, that is a string.h. This is same as we do in the C language, nothing new. That is the including of the string header file in the program. The string class is very large and includes many constructors, member functions. So this is in terms of the C++. Now it is dealing with the string class in the C++. The string class is very large and includes many constructors, member functions and operators. We may use the constructors, member functions and operators to achieve the following. So what are the various member functions, or what are the various constructors, member function that is used with the to achieve the target? So first of all, this is the various, we can say that this is the various inclusion of the string, that these are the various topics, these are the various part that is included in the string. So first of all, creating the string objects, then reading the string objects from the keyboard, then displaying the string objects to the screen. So these are the various, we can say, the topic that is covered in the string classes or in the string methods in the C++. So first of all, creating the string object, that is how to create the string object. Then reading out the string objects from the keyboard, that is how to read out the string, like get, puts function that we have discussed. Then displaying the string objects to the screen, that is how to display them on the screen. Then finding a substring from a string. So if there is one string, if I want to find some part of the string, that is also done by the that is also covered under the string topic. Then modifying the string object, that is how to modify, how to append, how to change the value of the string, that is modifying the string objects. Then comparing the string objects, there is a function that is used, that is a strcmp, that is for comparing the string objects. We have a function also that is comparing the string objects. Then adding string objects, that is how to add the string objects, that is how to add the values in the string objects. Then accessing characters in a string, that is how to access the characters in a string. Then obtaining the size of the string, that is calculating the length of the string, that is also done by the that is also covered in the string topic. Then and many other operations. So there are many other operations that is also used within the string to perform the operations on the string. This is a table that gives the prototype of 3 most commonly used constructors, and that gives a list of the important member functions. So there are 3 tables that is used. First of all, that gives a prototype, that is how to use them. Then table point 15.2, that gives a list of the important member functions. Then 15.3, that gives a number of operators that can be used on a string objects. So these are the 3 tables that is used in this. So first of all, table 15.1, that is commonly used string constructors, that is what are the various string constructors that is commonly used. So the constructor number 1 is string, only string function that is used. This is a string function that is used. What is the usage of this string function? That is for creating an empty string. So if I want to create a string, that is done by the simply that is done by a simple the string function. Then the next is string const, that is a constant char pointer str. This is used for creating a string object from a null terminated string. So if I want to create a string from a null terminated string, that is also done by the string const char pointer str. Then string const string ampersand str, that is for creating a string object from other string object. That is if I want to create a string objects from the other string object, that is also done by the string class. Then next table shows, so these are the 3 commonly used constructor that is used with the string function. So one is a simple string, then another string is that takes a constant as a character as the char pointer string, in the same way string pointer string. Then next table is, that is an important function that is supported by the string class. So these are the various functions that is supported by the string class. First is known as the append. So if I want to append, that is adding to the end of the string new character, that is done by the append function. So append a part of the string to the another string. Then assigns, that the task is to assign a partial string. Then add function, add function, that obtains the character stored at a specified location. That if I want to extract some location or extract some character that is stored at a specified location, that is done by the add function. Then begin, that returns a reference to the start of a string. Then capacity, that gives the total element that can be stored. So that gives the total element. What is the total element, or what is the total element that is available in the function, that is available in the string. Then compare, that compares the string against the invoking string. So if there is a string, that compares the string, that compares the value with the another string. Then empty, that is returns true if the string is empty. So this is used for checking the condition if the string is empty or not. Then end, that returns a reference to the end of the string. Then erase, that removes the characters as specifies. Then find, for finding something, for searching for the occurrence of a specified search string. So if I want to find the search string, that can be done by the find function. Then insert, that inserts the character at a specified location. So if I want to insert any character in the string, that is done by the insert function. Then length, that is used to find the number of elements in the string, that what is the length of the string. Then max size, that gives the maximum possible size of a string object in a given system. That is what is the maximum possible size that is available in the string. Then replace, that replaces the specified characters with the given string. Then resize, that changes the size of the string as specified. Then size, that gives the number of characters into the string, that is done by the size function, that gives how many number of characters are available in the string. Then swap, that swaps the given string with the invoking string, that is the swapping the function or swapping the given string with the available string, that is done by the swap function. Then table 15.3 is, that is operators that is used for string objects. So what are the various operators that is used with the string objects? So first operator is equals to, that is the assignment operator. Then plus, that is a concatenation operator. Then plus equals to, that is a concatenation assignment, that is concatenate as well as assigns a string to another string. Then double equals to, simply used for checking the equality, that is if string 1, that is a str1 equals to str2, that is done by the equality sign, or double equals to sign to check the equality of the string. Then inequality, that is not equals to, if I want to find the string that is not equals to 0, that is done by the inequality sign. Then less than, that is a less than sign. Then greater than, less than equals to, greater than equals to. Then subscript, that is a square bracket. Then output operator, then input operator. So these are the various operators that is used with the string. So these are the three tables. First table shows what are the various types of constructors that is used in the string. There are commonly used three types of constructor that is used. One is simple, the string, then string constant characters, a string, then string ampersand of str. Then what are the various important functions that is used in the string class? So these are the various functions, important functions that is used in the string class. Then what are the various operators that is used in the string? So functions, constructors and the operator that is used in the string, that is available in these three tables. Now the next is how to create the string, that is how to create the string objects. So this I am taking after the break. So let's take a break right now, then moves to this topic, that is creating the string objects. So let's take a break right now. So come back from the break. Now let's start the session again. So now let's move to the next part, that is how to create the string, that is creating the string objects, that is how to create the string objects in C++, right? So we can create the string objects in a number of ways that can be used. There are a number of ways that can be used to make the string objects or create the string objects. The first method is given is string s1. So there is a string keyword that is used and there is a s1, that is the explanation is using the constructor with no argument. That is, it is using the constructor but there are no argument, that is with no argument, there are no argument, there is no prototype that is declared in the of the s1. that is a string s1, that is a argument constructor with the no arguments. Then string s2 xyz using one argument constructor, that is a s2 is a constructor that is used, but there is only one argument that is known as the xyz. So the argument that is given is the xyz. Then assigning the string objects, that is assigning the string objects from one part to the another part, that is s1 equals to s2, that is a s2 value will be assigned to the, or s2 value will be assigned to the s1. Then next operation or next method to create the string objects is the s3 equals to abc plus s2, that is concatenate the strings, that is the abc is the string because it is a sequence of characters, and s2 is also a string. So the s2, whatever the content of the s2, that will be combined to the abc, and the plus sign is used for the concatenator or concatenation of string, that is stored in the s3. So the ABC and the S2, that is whatever the ABC content, whatever the S2 content, that will be stored in the S3. Then C in S1, that is a C in will be used for reading through the keyboard, that is a one word, that is a S1. Then get line, that is a get line function is used to read the data through the keyboard, a line of text, that is a get line. C in S1, that is a C in is the data that is given in the S1. So whatever the value that is given, that is read through the keyboard, a line of text, whatever the text that is given in the S1, that is the get line C in S1. The overloaded plus operator concatenates the two string objects. So these are the two strings object that will be added, that is a ABC plus S2, right? We can also use, so this is this ABC plus S2 will be sum up together, right? So we can also use the operator plus equals to append a string to the end of the string. So whenever I want to append the string at the end of the string, that will be done by the plus equals to. This is S3 plus equals to S1, right? So that is S3 is equals to S1 or S3 plus S2. So plus equals to means appending the string at the end of the string. So S3 plus equals to S1 means S3 equals to S3 plus S1. In the same way, S3 plus equals to ABC means S3 is equals to S3 plus ABC. So whatever the value of ABC, that will be sum up together with the string, that is a ABC. So the plus operator is used for the concatenation, plus equals to is used for the appending the string. Then the operator, that is the output, and the input operator, that is the operator, that is the these are the two operators that is used, are overloaded to handle input and output. So one is used for the input, one is used for the output of the string objects. There are various examples of these objects. One is the scene32 or scene S2, that is the input is given to the string object, that is a one word. So one word input is given, that is a scene S2. Then for displaying the contents of S2, that is done by the cout. So cout is used for displaying the contents, that is a cout S2. Then get line C in S2, that reads the embedded blank. So whatever the embedded blank that is given, so it reads the embedded blank that is given in the S2. So using cin and the output operator, we can read only one word of a string, while the getLine function permits us to read a line of text containing embedded blanks. So whenever we use the output, whenever we use the input operator, we can read only one word of a string at the same time. But with the use of getLine, we can read more than one line or more than one string at the same time. So getLine is main advantage of getLine is to use more than one string at the same time. That contains the blanks also. This is the program that shows how to create the string objects in a program. So this is creating the string objects. So first of all, it starts with the hash include iostream.h. It starts with the header file, that is a iostream. One more header file is used, that is a string, that is a hash include string.h. Then using namespace std, that is the next line that is used. Then int main, that is the starting of the main, that is the main function that starts with the int. Then in this there is a creating the string object. So first of all, create the string objects. So first of all, a string s1, that is only the one constructor, that is empty string object is created. Then string s2 deli, that is a string s2 is used, that contains one argument, that is a Delhi. Then string s3, that also, sorry, string s2 contains new, so using the one argument, that is a new, that is available with the string s2. Then string s3, that contains the one argument, that is a Delhi. Then this is only used for creating the string objects. Then next is used for assigning the values to the string objects. So assigning the values means assigns the value of the s1 or s2 equals to s1 or s1 equals to s2. So that is assigning the values to the string objects, that is using the string objects. That is s1 equals to s2, that is the s2 value will be assigned to the s1. Then see out s1 equals to, so the s2 value that is available in the new, or that is available as a new, that will be assigned to the s1, that is the new will be assigned to the s1. Then using a string constant, that is use the string constant, that is s1 equals to standard C++. So now use the string constant, that is now assign the value of the, or assign the string to the s1. So now s1 contains a standard C++, that is also a string. So see out now s1. So what is the value of s1 right now? That is equals to s1. So whatever the value of s1, that is a standard C++, that is available in s1. Then using another object, that is use the another object, then string s4 s1. Now s1 will be, hello, are you not able to hear me, Larry? Now it's okay, Larry? Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, are you able to hear me, Larry, right now? Hello, hello.